Good evening, passengers, and welcome back to the DeRailers podcast. Today our first stop is Nickelodeon. But let's be honest, that's just an excuse for these three to just derail through a whole bunch of other random kids' shows. Enjoy the ride!
Hey there, passengers, how's it going? Welcome to the DeRailers podcast, part of the SomeBuddies Network. I am Goobs.
I'm Jenny Bean.
And I'm Ripkin.
How's it going, folks? We're excited about this topic tonight.
I'm really excited.
Whenever
These
you're
are
listening.
some of my favorite shows that
Naturally,
I randomly
classics.
get the theme song stuck in my head. Like one of the shows we'll talk about that I
Fucking
love
conductor fucked the song up hard.
stuck in my head.
Leave Gerald alone, bro.
Gerald didn't know it, man.
He's
Nick,
old.
Nick, Nickelodeon.
That's really good.
That's like 90s.
Nick
That's
is
90s
kids.
right there.
Well, for us, that's what Nickelodeon is.
Of course, that's true. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously the first question is, what's your favorite Nickelodeon show?
So many.
There is, and that's the thing. Like maybe you could pick top 5. Even that's hard. Like
Good point. Good point.
I don't
We're
know.
not even talking about
It's
like
easier for me. I mean, you know, I heard your guys' encyclopedia. It was wide. It was wide. I think it's a little easier for me. I'm one who likes the classics, so immediately off the bat I can say like Rugrats,
Of course,
Doug,
yeah.
Hey Arnold. That's got to be a top 3 for me right there.
they're top 3
Nickelodeon.
for sure. Those
See,
are,
Hey Arnold
yeah.
for me was I mean, I still liked it, but it
So
wouldn't
many
be in my
life
top
lessons.
5. It was good, but it
Fucking
wouldn't be in my
football
top
head.
5, man.
Take this,
No
football
way.
head.
Yeah, I mean, an obvious, Stewie Griffin obviously ripped off poor Hey Arnold. Just throwing that
yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Just throwing
There's
that
a
out
shout
there.
out to him.
Yeah, Stewie
For
Griffin
sure.
ripping off poor Arnold. Poor Arnold.
Yeah,
man.
like Family Guy has ripped anyone else off before.
No, they've never done that. Other than that, they're completely
That'd be
original.
terrible.
And like there's
Yeah.
different shows too that we didn't really get up here. I don't know what they're called because we never watched
Yeah.
them. But those teen dramas like Nickelodeon had a fuck ton of
Oh,
those,
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
never got any
Like
of those.
Drake and
Josh and Drake.
Josh
Well, that was
and
more of a
Drake.
comedy, I think, but they had like legitimate
But they
dramas
had
as
shows,
well.
like
yeah.
how YTV now has actual shows. They had the same thing, but we didn't get those. So, but
No, it's a shame. Those were like the luxury going on vacation and getting to catch them on
Oh
the
yeah,
hotel.
when you're
Yeah,
going down
for
to
Hotel
sure.
Florida or
TV.
something.
It's like, oh, what is this magic?
Where
yeah,
you're
what
in
are these
Buffalo?
amazing
Yeah.
shows?
Yeah, so yeah, we had YTV, which was mostly distributed all of our Nickelodeon needs
Yeah,
growing
and
up.
there was
Yeah.
another one too, like CFTO, like now
Yeah.
it's CTV. They had the CFTO Clubhouse or something
Kids
like that.
Club or something. I know
Kids Club.
CBC had
I
Kids
still
Club
have my
too.
membership card.
Oh, nice.
I thought-
Well, you never
girl,
know,
I
right?
think
I don't
her
think it
name was
expires.
Jen. I think her name was Jen. I think that's where my
so.
attractions at Jen came.
Of course.
I used
If
to
we
like
can
watch
find the
that. I'm like,
card-
damn, she's hot. So like, I signed up for the club. Like, I was like, well,
Subconsciously.
I don't know if we can find the card. We'll take a picture of it and we'll post it
yeah, we'll send
on,
it over.
Yeah.
on our Instagram.
Yeah,
or
we'll
whatever,
do that,
we'll
and then
see
I want
them.
to send it to CTV and
Yeah,
see
we'll
if they
like
can.
tag them in it and see if they
Like,
fucking
hey, man,
respond.
am I
Maybe
one
we'll
of the
get like
longest
a free,
members?
Yeah, maybe we'll get like a
You
free
gotta
letter
be.
or something.
Bro, you're the president at this point.
Yeah, fuck
But
man.
on that, like on Saturday mornings, that would be on, and then that's why we get our fix of Rugrats
Yeah.
and or
Doug
and all those ones,
Yeah.
and like Recess and other shows in the Weekenders. So we didn't have the Disney Network either.
Yeah. I was
So,
gonna say, I thought that was
We got
Disney.
shafted hard. We don't have Adult Swim or
It's
Nope.
okay.
Cartoon Network.
No.
We got
Survive.
Teletoon.
I don't even know if these are probably ones you have to pay extravagant amounts of cable bills for.
Yeah, you gotta have
Yeah.
a line from the States all the way to your house in
Oh my
Canada.
god, you gotta have a long
Yeah.
ass cable. You
Yeah.
like split
Oh,
it with someone in Buffalo and just take it
Oh,
home
I'm sure
with
now.
you.
Like now we can get the Cartoon
Sweet.
Network. Like things are
Yeah.
different now. Times have changed, but
yeah,
back
we're
in
Back
the
talking
day,
like 90s.
back in the day,
yeah,
for
the
sure.
early
you were
2000s.
spoiled. You
Just
go down,
YTV.
watch your Nickelodeon, go to Hot Topic, and
Yeah, but it was hard. Like we only got so much, but yeah, I don't know. so
let
much
alone
goodness.
you had
like-
the old back in the day. Like we had the clickers, the UHF
oh
and
yeah,
stuff
you had
like
to
that
turn
on
it
the
to
Oh,
change
yeah,
the
of course,
channel.
yeah.
Yeah.
tick, 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 tick.
And the rabbit ears, because
Oh,
I lived in the country, so did you.
Yeah.
So rabbit ears,
So in
you had
order to
just,
get, like,
stand
You're
there
going
and
way
circle.
back here.
In
You're
order to
going
get
way
Fox,
back.
well,
My
this is
God.
care.
my childhood. Is
Yeah, this is our
Jesus.
childhood. We're old.
This
man.
is how you had to watch Doug.
Like to get Fox, like that was channel 29 for us, and you got it from Buffalo, and that's how you got to
28 for
watch.
me.
Like when you don't have cable, and live in the country, you didn't have a choice. So
Yeah,
like, if
you
you
only
want to
had,
watch
like,
your
4
X-Men and
channels.
Spider-Man, you're holding the fucking thing out because somehow your body makes the channel come in better.
Damn right.
And then you're standing there like trying to watch it.
But
You
you
let
can't
go, and then
move,
you
yeah.
The best was back in those days. If you ever had braces, it's basically like a satellite projector.
no,
You're
you
good.
get
You're
the-
getting it clear.
That's why you always have a kid with braces as your friend. You get him to come over, you stick one of the bunny ears on his teeth.
And
Yeah.
you just-
You get everything. It's like
Perfect.
cable. You get pay-per-view.
Perfect. That's not 100% true.
Hey, don't try that. It might actually hurt someone.
It's a conspiracy. But yeah, no,
Did
I mean...
you name top 5? Though?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
had
did we get
pick
to your
5?
Top 5?
Top 5 Nickelodeon shows. I
Good
feel
luck.
like ours are going to be very similar. Can I go
luck.
first? Because I have mine.
Go, please.
All right, so Rugrats. Oh, do I have to put them in order? I can't put them in order.
No
Okay.
order. Just 5 in general.
Rugrats,
5 in general.
Doug, Danny Phantom, Fairly Odd Parents, and Invader Zim. Obviously, I named my kid Zim. That I would say that's probably my favorite.
Of course, it's up there. It'd be pretty insulting at this point if you didn't name it.
But so those are probably my top 5 that I can think of.
No, that's a solid top 5.
That's like, and I still to this day will watch any of those shows. Like if I'm watching TV with the kid and Fairly Odd Parents comes on, I'm like, yeah.
Shoutouts, of course, also to Are You Afraid of the Dark? Which
that's
is apparently
such a good
a Nickelodeon show.
Yeah, but
despite
it was
its
like-
It can't be
Canadian-
the same as ours, though. As our.
I'm sure it is. It was filmed in Canada. I'm sure they just syndicated it to them.
Oh, maybe. But then why'd they take over? Because here it's always like the Canadian thing at the end.
They're all Canadian, guys. If you're an American Are You Afraid of the Dark fan, I just blew your
top
mind.
5. What are yours?
Oh, yeah, Doug, Rugrats, Hey Arnold. I'll go Fairly Odd Parents as well, and
So
Are You
good.
Afraid of the Dark? Like I just said.
Oh, see, I'm not counting that.
My list is
See.
quite different than
Because
you
I'd have
guys.
to put it.
Oh no,
I got a new one on there.
What's
That one
yours?
I absolutely love. It's Ninja Turtles, the new Turtles.
the new Turtles. No, see, because
Oh, the new ones are. It's okay.
Not the new ones. I
No,
haven't
but
watched them
the-
yet, but the Nickelodeon, their last
Yeah,
one
no,
they
it
just
was
did.
okay.
they
It was really
you can't
good.
compare to that '80s Turtles.
No,
oh,
but
man.
it was, the
when
humor
you're
was
getting your
close.
kid
I'll
into
give it
Turtles
that.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and you have something to watch together.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
This
No.
Turtles is just
Fair
fun. It
enough.
has some good humor
Yeah,
in
the
it.
humor was very.
The bad guys are
80s.
hilarious,
Yeah.
and Mikey's jokes as usual. My second one would be Ren and Stimpy Show because I love staying up late and watching that
Yeah,
on.
see, I was never.
I think it was on Much Music. You had to watch it on up
Probably.
here, which
That
is
would make sense.
quite weird.
No, 'cause
and
they're just
then
like-
my third one would be Real Monsters because I
Oh
love Crumb.
yes!
Maybe
I
that's where
forgot
Crumb,
about
my
that.
friend, got his name from.
And maybe
forgot
that
about
explains your
that.
love for him.
I mean, hairy armpits.
Which
I
one
haven't
was
heard
which
of
one was Crumb?
The
one who
little
held
fat
his
one.
eyes.
Yeah, he held his
Nice.
eyes in his
Yeah.
hand. It had hairy armpits.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love those. I
Okay,
still
sorry.
got two more.
Yeah,
I still
go
got
on.
two
My
more
apologies.
here.
My apologies. Didn't mean to derail
Invader Zim,
you.
of course, I can't leave him off the
Yeah.
list because I love Joaquin Vasquez or.
I don't know how you
It's
say
a hard
it,
name
but
to
I
pronounce.
say Johan.
Johan. It's probably Johan.
Is this the guy who created it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
He's created some other amazing stuff
He
too.
sure has.
And then the last one, I'm gonna go with Little Cat Dog.
Cat
Cat
dog.
dog is good too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good old cat dog.
is good too.
Low
But
in
you
the
would
world,
put
Little Cat
you would
Dog.
put Ren and Stimpy over fucking Rugrats, or did you say Rugrats?
I didn't say Rugrats.
Would you put
I
Ren
love
and-
Rugrats. I'm talking
Yeah.
my top 5 favorite.
No, I know
That's
what you
cold.
mean. I get it because that's how I
Oh,
am.
don't hate me for.
No top 5 love for Rugrats. That's
No, no, it's
unbelievable.
okay.
Put it at
It's
zero?
understandable.
It's not okay. Go.
It's understandable. Like I said, there's shows I like too, but I don't put it like
That's
Hey
probably- that would-
Arnold.
that
I
would
liked
probably-
it, but it's not in my top 5.
That would probably
I
be
want
my
to be
number
different
one.
from you
Of
guys for
course.
once.
Yeah, fair enough. We want to give all the love.
Yep,
so
darn
no,
right.
Rugrats
No,
would be
that's
my
a
number
good
one
one
for
too,
sure,
though.
man.
That's a good
Rugrats
one.
was my go-to. And then Doug was just great. Shoutouts to Skeeter.
And
He is-
Rocco.
Skeeter is the cartoon version of Keanu Reeves. Just how cool he is. I'm just gonna say,
Handsome.
throw that out there. Shoutouts to Keanu Reeves. You
the
are
bad
our,
guy there.
you are our Skeeter to our Doug.
What the hell's the bad guy's name?
Roger.
Roger,
It's
yes.
Yes.
Roger. Yes.
Frickin'
God,
Roger.
we're here. We're saying we love our Doug, and we almost let them down.
I
I want
know,
to get
right?
like a.
Patty. He loved Patty.
I want. Yeah, speaking of Patty, I want to get like a tattoo. This would be freaking crazy. I don't know if anyone would ever do this. All like the hot chicks from cartoons
That'd be cool.
Oh, people have done it for sure, man. Come on.
with
man.
Patty
It's-
mayonnaise.
Patty mayonnaise would be in there for sure. Smoking hot.
You do
Oh, I
like
thought he's not even
peanuts,
smoking cigarettes.
Dressed in a grease attire. 'cause
Oh
we
yeah.
love grease.
Oh, get her and Doug done in grease.
Nice.
For Danny and Sandy.
Nice.
That would be an epic
That'd be
tattoo.
Be great. You're covering two
What
loves
you
at
looking
once.
at, Dad?
Driving away in the car.
I totally forget Patty Mayonnaise's voice.
I couldn't give it
So
to
I
you.
just gave
You know,
it
usually I love to do
typical
the
girl
impressions, but I don't want to do it any
Hi,
injustice.
Doug.
You're probably right.
Hiya, Doug.
No, it was way more. It was like high pitched and like raspy, if I'm not mistaken. That's
Hiya, Doug.
not Aunt Selma and Patty from The
Selma,
Simpsons.
yeah.
Yeah. No, just teenager
Really good Patty
raspy.
and Selma though.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
man.
That's good. I like that.
Bring it on, Richie.
So every time I think of Nickelodeon, this is actually not a Nickelodeon show. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, they had
Going
game
back
shows
to-
too. We never got up here.
Well, that's what I was actually gonna get to. Was so maybe it was Nickelodeon, but I don't think so. It doesn't seem to be in their encyclopedia unless I'm just not looking well enough. But still, You guys remember
Yeah.
Yeah, I
on
think that one was
YTV?
Canadian.
That was definitely Canadian, 100% Canadian. So if anyone of our American friends has ever seen you're welcome. For one. Trivia show where pretty much you're on teams of 2 and you got to answer certain questions, and they were hard questions.
You get slimed and stuff.
A lot of these
challenges. To do.
Well, that's what made me think of Nickelodeon, right?
Yeah, 'cause
They're
they
all
had,
about
like, a
sliming
slime
people.
thing.
So if anything,
I'm
not.
mountain one. We had to climb the
probably
mountain, Craig
Yeah.
Mountain. The people down here who are listening to this, who live in the States, like, oh my God, stop talking about Nickelodeon.
No, never.
I know, because clearly we know fucking nothing.
But yeah, no, because
They had a video game challenge show too.
They were tough. They were tough questions on.
So was YTV just the Nickelodeon knockoff?
Pretty much, yeah. Because
or was Nickelodeon the YTV?
Knockoff of YTV.
we had
What came
Brainwash.
first?
Remember the segment Brainwashed?
Yeah.
It showed like a brain in a washing
Yeah.
machine.
Oh, yeah.
Epic Canadian. That was like their after their Saturday special or whatever. 5 to 8. Watch Brainwash. All the best shows.
Yeah.
Which
Check out Brainwash.
Which was probably Doug, fucking Hey
Rugrats.
Arnold, Rugrats.
Yeah, well, not
Yeah.
Invader Zim.
Ren and Stimpy was one of the first ones I ever watched, and that
No,
makes
I
the
didn't
most
see
sense.
Zim till. Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah.
No, Ren and
Invader Zim
Stimpy was one of the
older.
first. It never caught on for me. I think the humor was just too strange and too.
Yeah.
Well, you're a
It's
bit
not really
younger,
fun,
okay?
yeah.
You don't get it.
Sorry, man.
I was
No,
like,
I didn't
I
know.
forgot you were an old.
Man.
I forgot you were an old man. And,
I was like 10 or 12 when I started watching that,
Yeah.
so I had the 90s angst, like, yeah, spite on my rage.
Still just a
I'm
rat
still
in
just in
cage.
Nirvana.
still just watching Ren and Stimpy in my cage. Beavis and Butthead, same kind of thing. Like it was.
See, I
above
enjoyed
me.
that,
Yeah,
too.
see, I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all.
My potty and
But
stuff
I'm the
was better.
same age as you, and like I don't know, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either.
Well, I think as I watched it with my cousins who
For
are
sure,
older, right?
yeah,
So
for sure.
I'd laugh
Yeah.
along with them because
Yeah.
they would laugh and I would start to get the humor, like what was
Exactly,
funny
yeah,
here.
You'd
and
understand it. Yeah.
Learning some very dirty jokes. But I love some of the segments on that show. The Rubber Nipple Salesman and Powdered Toast Man.
Yes, powdered toast.
And then, of course, we talked about it before, the fart.
Yeah.
And the boogers under the desk. All sorts of good stuff on that show.
And then to think it was the same guy who did King of the Hill of all that.
Yeah, it's so weird,
Yeah.
right?
Did you guys watch King of the Hill?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like you said, like it came from that. Like he used to be the neighbor who would come over, stop
Yes.
whacking off of my shed.
Yes, definitely inspired by the same guy for sure.
Oh, totally looks like
Yeah. He was a little chubbier, and he was bald, whereas Hank Hill definitely had hair.
Oh, he luscious hair.
Yeah, luscious
Wait
locks
a
of
minute.
hair.
Maybe I never knew that. As you're saying this, I feel like I never knew that.
That Hank Hill had hair?
No, I thought it was the same guy. 'Cause I'm like, yeah. But then I'm
Well,
like,
they
wait a
look very
minute.
similar.
Oh,
Definitely they do. No, he definitely drew his inspiration from the same guy from Beavis and Butthead, the annoyed neighbor or whoever he was.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Remember when me and my buddy got so hyped when the Green Day did an episode of King of the Hill?
Oh,
That
yeah.
was a big thing back then.
It was a very big
It
thing. Like we
was.
tuned in at 8:30, 7:30 Central, and definitely check it out on Fox while we're holding the rabbit ears. Both of us have to do it, so we make sure we both can see.
No, not at that time anymore.
I still lived in the country.
So did I, but
Still got your King of the Hill in perfect condition.
yeah,
Damn
I
it,
think you had
Goops!
cable by then,
Damn it, Bobby!
That's my purse! And then you kick
The
him in the
one line
nuts.
from that, me and my buddy, like I still fucking laugh at it when they were recording. They're saying they're like in the garage playing with the keyboard, and Hank Hill comes walking in. It's like, oh, you don't get jokes anymore. You're old and everything. He's like, I laugh at Tony Danza, and they got it recorded, so they're playing on the keyboard. It's like, I laugh at Tony Danza. I laugh at
Oh,
Tony
yes,
Danza.
yes,
I laugh
yes.
at Tony Danza.
My favorite will just always be anytime Boomhauer talked. Man, you know what I mean, man? God dang, it's the same old man. You coming down here, man, you just be like, yo, man, you know what I mean?
He sounds like the fucking crack that Hank was fishing with.
It used to be a running joke that in like my grade, I want to say 7 class, we had like a Halloween party or something. So we were all just, in Halloween parties in public school.
Can't wear masks.
When you play, no, back then you could. It was a
Yeah.
much safer place. No offense to either way. Your parties in 7th grade, you used to like play tapes on the the old school tape player that they had.
Oh yeah.
So you'd play some music and everyone would be dressed up and you'd get like the afternoon where you wouldn't have to do school. You just get to like eat chips and stuff.
Yeah,
you guys ever have that in your
party.
school? Yeah. So you basically had a
We
party.
used to do like a parade going around to every
Yes,
class.
exactly. Yeah.
The younger, not like when I was older. The younger kids would
when
do
you're
the
like
parade.
up to 5 or
No, when
something.
you're older, you're trying to be cool. You're sitting
you're not
on your
dressing
desk.
up.
You're sitting, or
Dressing up
you're doing some blood. If anything, you're like, yeah, no, I'm gory. and
Yeah, I got beat
I
up.
got beat up. I did that one year straight up. I did that one year. But I was gonna say, it reminds me of we'd have a running gag where we'd get up with our cokes and like it was always me who started it. Funnily enough, I'd get up there and I'd just stand there and I'd be like, yep, and then someone else would come up and stand there and be like, yep, which was obviously the running King of the Hill gag every time the 4 of them would be out there drinking beer.
Yeah,
and
by
that
the
was
fence.
pop culture right there in 7th grade, y'all. What?
Derailing since
So-
7th grade.
So did everyone do that then? Did we all have the school where we paraded around to the different classes?
I think so. When
Yeah?
I was younger, yeah.
Can imagine.
Was that a Canadian thing?
Did you guys go to a school that had a lot of people out in the country?
No.
No?
No, it was very tiny.
Oh
Like,
man.
We
it
had,
was a small affair.
I want to
So
say,
like for example, like
like
in my
120 kids.
no, we had way more than that because in my school we had
Like, that's
basically
every
like
grade. It
Yeah.
was all split. Split all the way
Yeah,
up.
split classes. Yeah, like
wow.
So,
1,
like
1, 2,
2,
2,
3,
3.
4.
Like JK.
oh
was
okay, I see what you're
JK
saying. Yeah.
JKSK. Then like
I
1,
never
2.
had
2,
JK.
yeah, 3,
3.
4.
I never
No,
did.
ours went 2, 3,
Oh,
3,
did it?
4, 4, 5,
Oh.
5, 6. Like,
Mine was like, I don't think we had JK, by the way.
You can
I'll
tell
correct
why.
you
We
just
on
had
that.
one
It was
straight
just kindergarten.
kindergarten. Just kindergarten.
And it was
That
only,
was
but
it.
it was split. Kindergarten was split half days every
Yeah.
other day.
yes.
Yeah. Oh, I think I did every day.
And
I
then,
could be
yeah,
wrong.
maybe
I
you
could be
did, but
wrong,
we didn't. But yours would have been half day every day.
Yes,
for
I was
sure.
half day every day for
But
sure.
then
yeah.
ours had like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I had an extra grade. Then they had French immersion split as well.
Oh,
So
damn.
5, but like 5,
Damn smart
all the
kids.
way. I know they're their own freaking group. Like at our school, they were like the cool kids,
Yeah.
the French immersion
Oh,
kids.
God
They were
damn.
like the French mob.
Let's go.
Smoking cigarettes.
Let's go
and
have
they were.
conversations
Yeah.
that these peasants cannot
Yeah,
understand.
exactly. But yeah, we were split, and then 7, 8.
Jambon.
It's not all.
What did that?
It's
Just
not
call
all.
me fat, motherfucker.
Yeah, and I'm sure it happened. Poor
Yeah,
me.
so yeah, when I was in kindergarten, we had morning kindergarten and afternoon kindergarten, and
Yes,
I did
I-
afternoon kindergarten, and then I was in grade 1. There
That's
was
where I met
no.
my first love.
Aw, Hannah Banana.
And a banana.
Oh man, you lucky duck! She pecked you on the cheek under the swing
We
set.
used to
Eh?
sit together on the bus all
That's
the time.
so cute.
And then
I
she
know,
moved
I-
away.
You know what? In public school, I must have had 6 or 7 girlfriends.
She was my first and last in
that
public
all
school.
that all lasted a day, maybe 2 at most.
We hold hands and stuff.
Exactly, for recess pretty much, and then the next thing you know, you're
Fucking
getting.
Ripkin the pimp here.
I remember
They're
getting.
calling you Pimpkin.
I remember straight up. This is funny. I remember public school, and I want to say like grade 5, grade 6. Oh, and first of all, to compare, you went to school. I know I derailed myself. You went to school in the country. I went to school in the city, obviously, and to compare,
City slicker.
we did have the occasional split year, but it was only if a teacher wanted it, pretty much. So it was definitely not every grade, and we had probably at least 2 to even 3 teachers teaching a grade.
Oh, jeez.
So, like 2 or 3 grade 1 teachers, 2 or
Oh.
3 grade 2
No,
teachers.
we had like our one teacher.
Just one teacher,
That's
eh?
been there
For the
for
split
fucking,
class.
like,
And then,
Wow.
years.
Did you have we had a music teacher?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, we had
Teacher.
music class in the portable.
Yeah. Oh
we
yeah,
didn't
so
have
many
room-
portables.
We didn't
yeah.
have room in our small little
Yeah.
school. This is like I'm talking about the school where I finished.
Our portable's American.
Well,
I've seriously gone to
Yeah.
probably 7 or 8 different public schools.
He moved a lot, so.
So
Wow.
I'm talking this is the base on the last one I went to. There, the other ones
Oh, you're a military child, huh?
they couldn't hold.
When
me
did your
in there,
mother
man.
serve?
But, yeah.
Canadian Armed Forces. She
All
served
over the
lunch.
place.
Damn
She
right she
served
did.
lunch.
Damn right.
But yeah, so yeah, we had to go to the portable.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, I have a
Okay, we
funny
did have
story
portables,
about that
so-
too.
Okay.
I was sick the day they handed out instruments.
Oh, no. Oh,
I don't
God.
think I told this.
How
on
was the
here
triangle, bro?
before. No.
Oh, you got...
I show up the next day and it's either clarinet or flute. So
And those are the ones you fight not to get.
yeah,
When you're-
especially as a male, that has I'm pretty sure there's some great clarinetists out there that are real.
100%.
100%. There's tons of flutists out there.
Yeah.
The guy is sitting on a park bench. He's a great flutist or whatever he does. But anyways, so I try the clarinet.
That thing's a pain.
10 minutes into the fucking thing, I can't make no noises at all. Like, I have the reed in there and everything, because that's that little piece of wood.
Yeah.
It's called a reed.
Yes.
And I have that in there, and it sounds like...
Yeah, it sounds like garbage. Yeah.
The teacher's looking at me, he's like, how about let's try the flute?
Oh, you with pursed lips. I can picture it now.
Dude, I played the flute for 2 years of my life.
So you're a good flutist.
I'd rather play a flesh flute than play a
You know
real
what?
flute.
Honestly, if you could even play one song on it, I'd give you props because there was like 13 motherfucking buttons on that
well,
thing.
I had long fingers, right?
Yeah,
So, like,
good for
you were a
I
natural
had a hard
flutist.
time with the flute.
yeah, but then I didn't care about that anymore. As soon as the opportunity that one person gave up the trombone, boom, right in there.
You were on that loud ass
You're like,
instrument.
take this flute.
Oh, I love the trombone. It's easy, 4 notes, and you can go. And if someone like is a bully to you in front of you, you have that handy dandy spit valve.
Yeah.
So you just like,
Gotta empty this.
yeah, you just push the button
yeah.
and blow. Just
man.
oh, sorry.
What a class.
Only to bullies though, just to
Yeah.
get the little back. Here,
That's
take
funny.
this spit that hasn't been cleaned out for 10 weeks.
Ew,
That's
it's
funny.
so gross.
It's funny that, thinking about it now, it's funny that was ever a class learning an instrument. Like, they'll go into life really
There's a
happy
lot of
they did
people
this.
that have
I guess
gone-
so. There's a lot of people that get paid well to play an instrument.
I
But
wanted
mean,
the drums so bad. I was so jealous of
I know
that
that
guy.
at one
I
point
would have
was
fucking
missing
paid
drums.
money to have, be taught how to do my goddamn taxes as opposed to trying the trumpet. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know.
But yeah, that's
taxes are pretty easy.
they're not.
For,
There's numbers and stuff.
somebody who lives on their own and has one job, they're very
There's
easy.
numbers and stuff. God, fucking math class didn't teach me it either.
Hey, microphone's a work expense now.
Math
This
didn't
is our
teach you
job.
how
It's-
to
yeah, it's
add
true.
and subtract.
I suppose it.
We have
There's
a
no
company,
multiplying.
guys.
It taught me that that's what a calculator's really good at.
Oh.
So,
But seriously, we own a company.
We don't
DeRailers
own a
Inc.
company. You need
Patent
to
pending.
incorporate yourself first.
No,
Well,
my
I'm incorporating DeRailers into
No,
everything.
you
My,
need to, like, not like that. Oh my god! Don't get me started on actually having to talk smart.
no. I was
Thank
going to
you.
start talking about music still because my music story is that I was an idiot when it came to learning because I got lucky. I was not sick. Skip your or pick your instrument day. I was there and I got the trumpet.
Oh, I was
which-
jealous of kids like you.
Three
I wanted
fucking
the fucking trumpet. so
three
bad.
fucking buttons. You
Yeah,
know,
but no, you can do half notes,
It's-
double notes. Like, yeah,
it was
dude,
too much for me.
You might as well play the
So-
fucking ocarina of time.
I
So,
know, it's the coolest
Do you
shit
know?
ever.
Do you know what I ended up switching to the next year after deciding that the trumpet was too hard?
Flute?
The saxophone.
Moron?
I wanted to be Lisa goddamn Simpson, apparently. And for so many music classes in my grade 8 year, which is like your last year of public school. No, not even.
Sound like me
I
on
mean,
the
yes.
clarinet?
I mean, yes, that was it, but it was alone while on the stage in the gym because I was so terrible that I couldn't play with my
See, we
class.
didn't have instruments in public school.
Really?
Oh, no.
I think we had the recorder.
Some of them in grade 6.
Oh, I-
grade
yeah, good
6
old
maybe,
recorder.
but that was it.
Oh,
we didn't play an
fuck.
instrument
I'd
until
hate to be
grade
the
9.
teacher. I'd bring earphones every day.
Oh, I'd fucking kill myself.
You have to play instruments to high school?
Grade 9, you had to take music.
No, I didn't
or
have to take band.
No,
in
we-
grade
no, we
9,
took- I
you had.
skipped that
It
shit.
was your
Drama.
only elective. You could pick either music or art, but you had to take one of them.
That sounds the same to mine, yeah.
So
I took
I'm
art.
terrible
I took
at art. Well, we didn't have drama till grade 10. So I
Same.
was terrible at
Same.
fucking
Rip
art.
off.
So I'm like, I won't pass drawing stick people. So I was like, well, I'll take music. I could just like watermelon cantaloupe it all the way through. Because I
You
like,
thought it was singing.
So we have to do a solo.
no, because I'll just be like, then they'll think I can't sing because I'll just sound like garbage, and that's fine. Like, but I like to just hide in the crowd, right? So I just fake it, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, you have to pick an instrument. Like, you have to play an instrument." And I was like, "Fuck." So I was like, well, I wanted to play the trumpet, but there was only so many of, I mean, it's a country school. There was like, I think 3 trumpets, and I was like, fuck, man, pick. And we all picked a number. I got the last number.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was
Yeah.
stuck with the
The lottery.
oboe
Yeah.
or the flute, and I picked the flute
Hunger
because I didn't want to
Games.
deal with the fucking the
I don't even
reed of the
remember.
oboe.
Oh, fuck.
Because if you don't play it right, it sounds like a duck.
The oboe?
Yeah.
I don't even
That's such a
remember
weird
a hobo.
It's like a saxophone clarinet.
Yeah, it's like a clarinet, but it's bigger.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Small, like shorter, but like wider.
Oh
but anyways,
God,
yeah,
you should
so
have
I had
done
to
the
play
oboe.
flute, and I was fucking no good
Fucking
at it.
sick ass oboe solos.
If they had like a stand-up
Oh,
bass,
man.
like I would have done
Oh,
that.
that would have
Like,
been the sickest shit.
or
Fuck
even
yeah.
like
Fuck yeah.
a broomstick with a rope on it on a pail or a bucket, like the redneck instrument.
No.
Ding ding ding.
Yeah.
Did anyone in your class end up getting the triangle? We had a triangle player.
We didn't have a triangle.
No?
That belonged on the drum kit.
Yeah.
No, we had a triangle player.
I wish.
Poor guy.
We had a harmonica player.
I guess that was due to my
But not
overcrowded classes in my goddamn inner city school,
Yeah,
you know?
see you in your sixth school.
You're playing the shaker.
Funnily enough, little known fact about Ripken, I was 100% in the choir in public school. For like all years, willingly went to the choir and, did a nice tenor.
Voice of an angel.
Exactly. I don't think I ever got to do a solo, thank God, but
Yeah, that'd be too stressful.
I liked singing, jam out get-togethers, and of course there's Rock Band now. I was all about singing. Not now though. No one will ever hear me sing now. You'll never get a karaoke video out of me.
Hell no.
We sing all the fucking time.
It's those aren't songs. Those are pieces of art.
Whatever you want to call it.
Expression.
Yes.
Okay.
They're expressional vocabularies.
Expressions, song expressions.
Exactly.
I've made a poem to a tune. It is not lyrics to a song. It is a poem to a tune.
Thank you. And you say you didn't take art. We are
I took a lot of English.
We are artists here. I worked at a Subway for like a week. I'm an artist.
Subway,
so.
a sandwich artist?
Yeah.
I worked there for a year. Fuck you.
I like to think I was.
I'm more of an artist than you.
I like to think we were sandwich artists before we even worked there. I'd like to think it came to us. It's,
Yeah,
it's not something you're just born with, you know?
No.
It's something that it needs to be
Let me
trained
tell you
through
guys,
time,
I know
yeah.
how to work a foot long.
And me, I made the same sandwich every day for
6
years.
inch
So
fuck. 6 inch foot long, I can work them both. It doesn't matter the size. I can put meat on it.
Oh, yeah.
Fill it full of toppings. Put some mayonnaise.
there you go. That's a bit better, except
Mayonnaise.
still just as gross.
Mayo.
I graduated though, bro. I went from Subway. My graduation was to a famous chain called Taco Del Mar. So I am not only a sandwich
I'm a
artist.
taco artist.
I'm a fucking taco artist. I'm a burrito artist.
Yeah, that was the Subway of tacos, isn't it?
It was indeed. Yeah, I was a goddamn burrito artist. So
A barista?
no,
No,
I
that's
wish
coffee.
those were tough jobs by the looks of it. I could never control one of those coffee
Yeah, but
machines.
Not even
A
that. You have to
burrito Easter.
memorize what is in everything,
Yeah,
and
fuck
that's a
that.
lot. Like,
Plus, like, I feel like you really got to associate with people with a name like barista, and I'm just not about
Nope.
that at all.
I
don't wanna
fucking
hear
hate
about
But
people,
once
yeah.
you get used to it, like,
No,
like any
no,
job.
nope. I'm an in the back guy.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Unless you're just telling me what to put on your burrita, and I'm
You need
making
to
an art
know
of it.
The burrito?
Burrita? That's for my Texas friends right there who love themselves some burritas.
Sarsaparilla and burrito? Burrito margarita?
oh, that's funny.
Man, I would love like for us to get hired for one day at Starbucks. And like us to
We'd
film.
run a Starbucks. We'll just
We can be baristas.
if
man.
anything, we'll go to a mom and pop coffee house. That way, we can.
No, it needs to be
sponsor-
Starbucks with all the fucking recipes.
Jesus. Plus, actually having to get people's names and stuff.
Go big or go home.
I would be the
The
guy who just
books
messes
are
up your
like-
name on purpose.
There's
Huge.
big books to learn.
Dude.
Dude, you see all the drinks they have?
So
It's
I knew a
ridiculous.
girl. This is going
We'll
back.
go back to your Delmore
Yes,
story.
hold on a second.
No, it's not even a Delmar story.
This is going way back because this is when I was in fucking high school. Her co-op was Starbucks, and she had these binders. I don't know what it's like now, but she
What
had
a
to
low-fetching
memorize like the
Co-op.
all the
to
recipes.
go to.
No, that's what she wanted. No, it was one of like the highest.
She's preparing
wanted
herself for
ones.
life.
Everybody fucking wanted to go to
You actually
Starbucks.
get paid though?
I
Or
don't
paid in
know.
coffee?
No, but you probably get a
yeah,
job
get
out
a
of
coffee,
it.
yeah.
I think you pretty much got a job. Out
I
of
was going
it,
to say, you
right?
get a
Like,
coffee at the end of the day.
If you
That's
were
your
good,
reward,
well,
pretty much.
probably. But if you did a good job, I think they might like hire you on, right? But I was like, oh yeah, that was fucked up. I didn't want to do that.
Oh, yeah, what bad experience. You get yelled at all the time?
Yeah.
You're just in high school?
Hot coffee!
I don't work here, so fuck it!
Yeah, they had
Can't
to
sue
memorize
me.
the frickin'
Oh,
how
man.
much of each thing and there's a lot.
Yeah, plus it's just ever since then. Now it's got to be way more advanced.
Oh,
They
yeah,
got
they're making, like,
everything. Yeah,
unicorn
now they
parts
probably
and-
have like you probably
Yeah.
just click on it and it probably auto dispenses everything or whatever.
I don't know.
No,
I saw
probably
the
not.
menu board there once.
It's confusing.
I walked in, looked at it, walked out.
I know I feel so bad. For Christmas I got
Mostly
a
the
gift card and
prices,
I still
like-
haven't gone. Because I'm like,
got that
I
gift
get
yet?
freaking anxiety just thinking about going because I'm like, I don't know what I would want. I need to look at the menu.
Fenty?
I don't even know
Yeah.
which size. I'm like, medium? Like, what the fuck is your stupid shit? I don't
Don't act like you don't know what a medium is.
Exactly,
The medium
that's
sized
me,
one.
like-
I get a double-double. They're staring at you, jaws agape. I'm not in America.
I know. I'm like, I'm confused. Like, but I think if maybe I can look online
That a
and
double
see
double
the
my
menu.
chai with mocha, a double double chai with whipped cream and espresso. I need you to be
like-
more
Why are you using
specific.
that voice?
I need you to be more specific, sweetheart, because that would be my barista voice, because that's how you get tips right there. Okay?
So you can tell your sad story about how you lost a toe to every customer.
More tips.
Exactly.
I used to work in a warehouse. That's why I'm so grizzled now.
You have like tear tattoos and shit for every toe you lost, so you have one. A toe tear.
What is that for? Oh, it's for every sob story I have.
Your whole face is covered in tears.
Let me tell
I
you
know he's
about the
crying.
time that I was in elementary school and I got dumped by this girl when she tapped me on the back and said, I don't think we should date anymore. Worst afternoon of my life.
We only got together that morning.
Exactly. My public school relationships.
My dad told me about guys like you.
When I got to high school, they started lasting 2 to 3 days. So a lot, much big improvement. I'm on my
Enough
way
time to get a handy. Well, no, in high school, that's your goal.
Oh, I guess.
When you're like
I
a
have bad
rambunctious
memories of public
teen,
school relationships.
horny as fuck. Fucking, you look at a table lamp and get fucking boner.
Jesus.
Maybe
Being
not
a
like
girl
that.
is so much easier.
Every guy had that time.
Yeah, because every vegetable looks like a penis.
Every guy had that day in high school where he just
No.
had to stay just a few minutes, 2 to 3 minutes after class because he wasn't ready to stand up yet.
That's the tuck method.
And it just
So
it
funny.
came out of nowhere. Goddamn hormones.
It's like an RKO.
It sure
Cock
did.
out of nowhere.
Boner out of nowhere.
Yeah, that would be uncomfortable.
Boner out of-
B-O-N. A boner out of nowhere.
Calvin, class is over. No. Yeah.
Yeah, so,
So what are you going to, you got
This
something
equation
now?
here.
Everyone else is coming in for their next class. You're like, oh boy, looks like I'm learning Spanish now. My high school sucked. We had,
are you going to tell your other story?
I basically told it within a story.
Oh, okay.
About my elementary school girlfriends who only lasted a day. She tapped me on the shoulder in class, during
That had
class.
to do with, you
Yeah.
went from Taco Del Mar to that?
I was talking about it earlier and then I got derailed before talking about Halloween parties, guys. Come on. I'm just trying to at least remotely take a loop-de-loop back on track.
Oh, man, yeah, our train just loops
Fuck.
now. Gerald is taking us on a new destination.
Fucking Gerald. Love that guy. God, he's sassy.
Wasn't it Gerald?
No, we say it Gerald. He's fancy.
Oh, okay. I thought
Okay?
it
Don't
was-
ever call
Sorry,
him
I'm-
Gerald.
I'm
Oh,
confused,
I used
man.
to be able to.
he gets mad.
After that tragic
Whatever.
accident.
What's he
He
gonna
gets
say
mad.
to me? He loves me.
Just don't go to Walmart with them, okay, on Black Friday.
I just had to bring that up.
No problem.
That was in the news. And speaking of the news,
Breaking news headlines with the DeRailers.
Nice.
The DeRailers!
we're gonna break the news. As usual, we like to find a strange and unusual headline that exists somewhere in the news. We use the good interwebs to search strange and unusual news headlines. I found one today. Gerald found it, but I like to take credit. So fuck you, Gerald. I'm kidding. I love you. Please don't. Whoa! God damn it! I'm sorry. All right, Gerald found it. Gerald found it. Shout outs to Gerald and Keanu Reeves.
Broke 15 passengers' necks.
Nothing new on the derailers. That's how we do. Because we were talking about Taco Del Mar. Now we're going to talk about Horny Ghost Haunts House. Subheadline.
Yes.
It's the first time me and Jenny have heard this, by the way.
Yeah, Gerald just, he gave it to me earlier in the day. Subheadline. If you thought Casper was friendly,
Yes.
you should meet Kevin.
Kevin the pervy
Kevin
ghost.
McAllister?
No, Kevin the Horny Ghost.
He's Kevin, the horny ghost, the horniest
Where was
ghost
this
of all.
cartoon on Nickelodeon?
Where's
God.
this show fucking on Pornhub?
Maybe it
So,
is.
Kevin,
My-
the horny ghost.
my first question that comes to mind is, And it's really a two-part question. It's a two-parter within one question. It's like a questionception. What makes a ghost horny? In other words, what literally makes a ghost horny? What would get a ghost really going?
No,
Whatever
it's
got
all
them
about
off
how
in
you
real
passed. It's how you passed.
Well,
like,
this is obviously someone who passed because he did not call after he had an erection for 4 hours.
Ghost Busters.
Apparently not, though. That was the problem. 4 hours later.
Busting makes him feel good.
Man dies of buildup. Man dies of blue balls.
Oh no, maybe he got fucked to death.
I don't think that would make you horny. I think that's a good way to go. That would make you less horny. That's why I feel like it was a blue balls diagnosis.
Oh,
here.
I'm going the opposite though.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. This is the game. This is the game. This is how we decipher. This is how we give.
Love with the game.
This is how we give the passengers the option to decide what actually happened here. So first off, I want you to think what makes a ghost horny. Obviously, Kevin needs a backstory, like we just said.
Sheets.
Hold on.
dangling from the roof.
Hold on. Let me finish. And what physically lets you know, as the owner of that house, that this ghost is horny? I mean, because, ghosts, the stereotypes is, woo, and they float around, and that's, okay? This is what I'm getting at. These are the things we have to think
Keep on
about.
hearing. Yeah, I like you in the shower.
No, I feel like
Please
it
say
would
my
be
name,
like-
Kevin.
And then right as it finishes, my closet door just slowly goes open. Like, sorry about that.
Did you spit on me, hon? No, I didn't. I'm in the other room.
Do
What the fuck?
Do you feel that, sweetheart? What? It's awfully moist in here.
Kevin.
My rooms are awfully moist with no explanation. There's moisture on the walls.
Slip on it.
These are the telltale signs that you have a horny ghost.
I feel like
Ectoplasm.
it would be like the person would just be like feeling themselves grabbed at randomly. Like
Okay.
if it's a girl, like all of a
Waking
sudden
up
it's
with
like,
a sore bum.
like your boob is getting grabbed, and you're like, "There's no one here. Like, grab my boob," or like, "Someone grab my ass."
You're
There's
like,
nobody
hon,
here.
something's wrong. Look at my boobs. And you see like a handprint
Yeah, like weird
squeezing.
shit. Yeah, like that. That's what I feel like.
Oh, I'm gonna
Okay.
punch it! Hon, I'm gonna
Hang on.
punch it! Stand still! Ow, my face! I didn't mean to hit you! I was trying to hit Kevin!
I just got it, though. Now think about all the happy and relieved high school boys that go over to this house, pop a random boner, and then when someone sees it, they're like, "Ah, Kevin!" And the kid's just like, "Yes, it was Kevin." Problem solved. So, first of all, apologies to, whoever the
Whoever
homeowners
this victim
are.
is,
Yeah.
I feel very.
Yeah.
You don't know
terrible
the
for
extent of it, so...
We're making jokes off of it, but we feel for you, Kevin.
So,
No, not Kevin.
Kevin's the
Kevin's
ghost.
the
We don't
fucking
feel for
raper.
Kevin.
Kevin's a
So-
ghost raper.
Yeah, but he's dead too.
So let
Well,
us,
that's his problem. That doesn't even go rape people.
And we're gonna tell you why it's his problem.
You're allowed to rape somebody. I don't think
Well, I
so.
don't know if it's rape. You
I
can,
feel like he'd be a rapey ghost.
there's like, I think
I
I
don't
talked
like
about
him
before.
anymore.
There's a movie from the 80s. I forget what it's called, but a girl gets raped
yeah.
up the wall and on the roof.
Yeah.
and all over the
It also happened in Scary Movie.
No, rapey
Ghosts.
ghosts, not good.
No, this one's just
any
horny.
sort of-
Okay.
This one's just horny.
Oh,
Yeah.
not
He's just
rapey,
horny.
Okay.
Let me tell you about Kevin.
He possesses a toilet. He's like, yeah,
Ew, that's so gross.
or a bidet, so we can like
But I
randomly
guess he's a
squirt you in
ghost.
the
He
butt.
wouldn't taste anything.
So I know about Kevin. Kevin was a player, or at least he thought in his mind. So Kevin went to the club one night. Kevin saw a pretty girl. Music's going well, everyone's sweaty.
Pretty girl.
Yeah, and then, so Kevin's grinding up on this girl. You guys know how you do in clubs,
the
right?
parrot.
You're grinding all up on
girl,
people.
pretty
That's how things go down in the club. Speaking from, as someone with experience.
Phone parties.
But,
You don't know what
so
you're
Kevin's
slipping on there.
grinding up, the girl's grinding all up on Kevin. Kevin's, he's really excited. He
Could
takes
be at
the
a
girl
phone
home.
party?
Obviously, it's a phone party. That's
Okay,
Kevin's, like I said, Kevin's horny. He only goes to phone
Kevin's
parties.
a pimp.
They know
So-
that's horny Kevin.
Kevin gets this girl home. Kevin's going, things are going well. They're making out on the couch. Kevin's really getting ready to go. All of a sudden, girl gets a
What's on
text.
TV? Is the music in the background?
But there's obviously sensual music in the background. Yeah. Yeah, it's someone playing a sensual oboe, which I would have given props to Jenny for, but
Sorry.
she took the goddamn flute. So, shout outs to all the popular oboe players. Just know I'm talking about you, personally. You, that's right. And yeah, so sensual oboe music in the back, and you know how sensual the oboe is, like I was saying. It's the horniest. Exactly.
That's if you don't know
It
how
comes
to
off
play
as the
it.
horniest of all
If
instruments.
you could play it, it sounds nice.
So,
but-
needless to say, this night was going really well, but at the same time, it wasn't. So every time Kevin got close and the girl was ready to go, something would come up, and finally the girl gets the dreaded call. Well, yes, he's popping many random boners at this point. You know,
Poor Kevin.
so
He has
poor
pretty
Kevin.
come at least 5 times in his pants.
Exactly, he's ready to go.
They're stiff as
Because
cardboard.
because he didn't want to sneeze all day.
Or shit himself.
So
when he
exactly right, or otherwise. So he got the five orgasms out of the way, and then finally,
still horny.
he's ready to go for real this time with this girl, and then she gets the dreaded call, saying something's come up, she's got to go. Oh no, Kevin's right now. He's got the bluest of balls. They're as blue as they can get. They're Smurf
your
blue.
hamster Peanut died.
It's
That was the text.
God, tragic. I feel for the girl. Understandably, she had to
it
leave.
for 3 months.
Understandably, she had to leave. So
Peanut's gone.
Peanut was close. Have you seen her Instagram posts?
Peanut was so cute. He looked like he had the cow spotted pattern.
You're giving a whole nother backstory now, and I love it. Backstoryception.
Yeah, Peanut had
People don't even care about Kevin anymore.
Fucking rapey goes.
He looked like a
Just
cow,
horny.
but a hamster. But he had the same spots, black and white and everything.
Classic.
You can milk him.
Classic.
You can milk anything.
So the name Peanut, in hindsight, was actually a pretty stupid fucking name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
Peanut.
picturing a brown hamster here,
Nope.
but go on.
No, they didn't know he had They never named him
Oh.
throughout the 3 months of her having him. So they gave him a peanut, and they didn't know he was allergic. So that's how he died. So that's how he got the name. Peanut.
Now Peanut's fucking dead. Jesus Christ. First Kevin, now Peanut. I haven't even got to how Kevin died.
Yeah, but they
Spoiler
become
alert.
partners in the end, right? He's so horny and all he's got is Peanut.
I keep I
poor
keep hearing a
Peanut.
flapping sound, and it sounds like we have mice. This is a terrible combination. What's going on in this house? So yeah, Kevin, you're right. So Kevin basically, when the bluest of balls had to do something. Yeah, apparently he had to do it himself. I'm not going to say what. That's Kevin's business. Unfortunately, the way Kevin liked to do it was in front of open windows. If Kevin was going to see
I've
it...
actually seen a guy do that in real life.
You know Kevin. You know Kevin. Okay, so he was a weird one.
Driving by and seeing a big fat guy jerking off in a window.
Needless to say, though, Kevin fell out of his 7-story open window. Never.
He just got he slipped up.
He slipped up. Too
much lube.
I didn't want to say it, but I figured the listeners would already know. I'm not trying to get too graphic. I don't like to display Kevin's story like this. I don't want to be haunted by a horny ghost. It's terrible.
No.
So,
You know where he landed though?
where did he land?
In the grave of Peanut.
Oh my
They
god.
buried him
I
right
can only
before.
imagine that's a really small grave to land in.
Yeah.
Kevin was so distraught about his girlfriend leaving him because the Peanut died.
She wasn't his girlfriend, but go on. She was just a tang from the club, in the club.
Well, no, Kevin thought they were girlfriends. I talked to him right before he fell.
He texted you.
Yes.
I just met the most amazing girl. I just met the most amazing girl.
I'm like, why is the camera moving like that? No, I'm busy. No, busy. Don't look down. So I just put the Skype down. But yeah, so he was doing his business.
Okay. In front of the open window.
Yes.
Right where Peanut was being buried.
Yeah, well, Peanut was being buried down below the apartment. And he fell down all those
In a full
stairs,
6 foot by 6 foot. Just to be clear.
fell right the way down. Right on the
What
Peanut.
a strange thing to happen right in front of an apartment building, apparently,
Yeah.
where Kevin lived.
Yeah, no, well, they had to bring... Her parents brought Peanut over to the house because they didn't want to let him
Parents said she was
expire. It was
there.
hot out, right? So,
They were worried about what Kevin would do to Peanut.
yeah, he's horny. You never know. Maybe that's why Peanut died from peanut allergy.
Yeah. We already covered that.
Thank God we remembered that.
It wasn't Kevin, but it could have been. Dun dun dun.
I'm waiting to get to the big twist, because I already know the big twist ending to this. You have to let me cover the twist. That's all I'm saying. But go
Okay,
on,
well,
please.
no, they
Continue
fall down
more
and
about...
then-
Yeah.
He lands right in Peanut's grave, and he adds another 6 feet to it, pushes right down with all the force.
Good Lord. So Peanut died twice today,
Yeah.
did he?
no, he exploded.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I was hoping it would have a
Phil
happy
was
ending.
over there crying.
Yeah, that's
I can only imagine.
Kevin still has a boner. All you can see, he's
I don't even
buried-
remember who owns Peanut.
His girlfriend.
Right, the
Girl.
girl he hooked up
club
with.
that he thought was his girlfriend.
Right,
He
God.
fall boner down.
No,
So she left his
he
house.
fell head first. Yeah, no, the family came over from their house with the hamster Peanut that died.
Because that was the most appropriate
worried-
place to bury him.
Yeah, I guess so.
They're worried about him expiring before, like, she wanted to see him one
Holy
last
crap.
time as he was, Ripkin.
Holy crap.
She wanted to snuggle
She doesn't
him.
want maggots all over him and everything. She wants him.
Oh my God.
She wants him as it is. So he fell down and he hit with so much force. He went head first right through the ground. He landed up to his hips. His boner sticking out of the ground. Like this picture, someone like dick hanging
I'm
out,
picturing it.
balls,
Trust me, I've got the whole thing in my head right now.
and feet sticking out in the air. Rigor mortis
Holy
kicks
crap.
in right away. He's hard for the rest of his life now. That's why he becomes horny Kevin. Let's hear about the
I
twist.
Before we even get to the twist, I just want to quickly recap this story in short form.
Yeah,
A man named Kevin, who was super horny, went to a club one night, met a girl, brought her back to his place. Things were going well. She had to leave. He got blues balls. She left to go downstairs
Yeah.
to his apartment at the ground floor to meet her family, who had brought her dead hamster Peanut, who was in cow. He was like a cow hamster, not brown. So Peanut's a weird name, but nonetheless. Oh, that's right. He didn't have a name until he was
Never had
named
a name.
Peanut.
He was just hamster.
Until he was named Peanut at the discovery of his peanut allergy, which I assume happened while he was getting blue balls upstairs.
Yes.
So her irresponsible parents fed the hamster a peanut. They brought her the hamster to a random guy's who she met in the club apartment building.
Well, they have like that thing on their phone. They track my phone.
Yeah.
So they know where their daughter is.
Of course,
my
of
kid.
course.
Like,
Yeah.
Let's put some.
Well, once you hear your
continuity into
hamster's
this.
dead due to a peanut allergy, you're just telling your parents at that point, where to just bring him here, we'll bury him downstairs.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my
I'm
groove
too
on.
distraught. I will start.
Snuggle 'em.
I will start digging the grave while you
Yeah.
figure.
Let alone she was digging too.
So, plus she was rubbing on a guy while the whole thing was unfolding. My God, this is great. So, she left. He's now blue balls. He goes to relieve himself by an open window, a tall window.
He likes to breeze on his cock.
Exactly that, and he's high up, so not many people can see. He's not doing it to be a showman. It's just like Goob said, he
He
likes.
likes to look at the horizon.
He's got no AC. A good view really gets him going, you know. But at this point, he's super horny because he's already come in his pants 5 times, yet he's still horny because he didn't want to sneeze. And while relieving himself, falls out the window into the grave that was thankfully previously dug
He
for
slipped
Peanut.
slipped on the KY.
Exactly. I'm
Oh,
sorry. Like I
you
said, I
want
don't
that?
want to disclose 100% of the information. It's embarrassing. So, yeah, slipped on the lube, fell out, landed in the grave where now he and Peanut, who is now squashed horribly. So now this poor girl has 2 hardships to face. This guy she just met.
And the man she just fell in love with. Oh, not the guy. She just fell in love with him. Like they were gonna marry and have kids. They knew this all within a night.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that part. I
Yeah, no.
assumed he was just going to get his rocks off.
Just wrote that right down on an email
Was
from
until
her.
he met her.
At this point, too, he hadn't gotten laid in like 4 years. So I'm just emphasizing
He's
again
desperate,
how
man.
horny he is. So that's the story. I just want to make sure our passengers are with us. That's what just went down.
Yeah, no, that's the story.
That's that's the headline.
In a peanut shell.
Thank you. Well
Nice.
said. Well said. Naturally, he went on to, of course, then haunt some other people in his horniness, obviously. So we just covered that
In
whole
that
headline.
apartment building,
Get ready for
okay.
this. Get ready
Him
for
and
this,
Peanut.
guys. Get ready for this. This is the whole big ending of the story. It's fucking crazy. I hope you're ready. Kevin was Gerald's son.
No way.
Oh.
Poor
Yeah.
Gerald.
So obviously now you can see why Gerald is such an angry guy.
And while they're stuck with pets.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
The fucking raccoon.
We never covered that last time. He had the love of his life who...
No, we dropped on that.
I know, I'm saying that's what we covered, but now I'm saying this was his son Kevin, who tragically died under the worst circumstances, was buried just outside his apartment building with a boner after just crushing a hamster in front of a goddamn Instagram star who he just met in the club the night earlier. Yeah, you
But
can see...
the Instagram picture she takes with his balls hanging out and his feet up in the air, fucking beautiful.
Priceless, eh?
Got a couple likes from me, so...
His gravestone is actually...
That's actually the picture that I wrote "Rest in Peace, Kevin" on. I felt that one was the most appropriate.
His gravestone is actually like they put cement over his top half and
Well, that's
cut
smart.
it off, and then like put it over on top of there because they couldn't dig him out. He's down way too deep.
Way too deep. Way too deep.
And there's hamster
Peanuts.
guts
There's peanuts there as well, of course.
Peanuts and peanuts.
No, well, that too. They're both there.
And peanuts. The DeRailers gone fucking nuts.
Yeah, I'd say.
So we've just covered 3 fucking backstories in one goddamn fucking story about a headline.
It's all good.
Derailerception.
That's right. God,
I like it.
what a way to go.
You guys definitely broke during that.
I just couldn't.
You couldn't comprehend what I was
man.
doing.
I thought we were talking about Kevin.
I was following you. I knew what you were doing.
Oh man, and that was only one backstory. Normally we have at least 3. Kevin just has 1 now. That's the winner.
Thank you for joining us on this ride, ladies and gentlemen. We started our ride with Nickelodeon and a bunch of other delicious YTV cartoons. And then we ended up on all sorts of fun shenanigans and talking about Kevin, the horny ghost. We hope you enjoyed your ride today. Please watch your step on the way off. We are currently on a cliff. Take care.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter. I am Ripkin at RipkinWN.
I'm Goobs at Goobs WN.
And you can follow the show at the DeRailers.
We are on iTunes, we are on Stitcher, and we are on Podbean for all your podcast needs.
You can also rate, comment, and subscribe on this stuff because every little bit helps, folks.
This podcast is part of the SomeBuddies Network. You're never alone when you've got some buddies.
I'm Jay.
I'm Bob. And I'm Corey. We are the Cretans Guild.
We're a trio of manchildren whose friendship predates The Lion King, Green Day's Dookie, the N64, and the Chunnel.
We have backgrounds working in television, video games, radio broadcasting, creative writing, and pizza delivery. That's a large cheese, right?
On our podcast, Nerd or Not, you'll hear us talk about board games, TV, movies, comics, collectibles, video games, wrestling, theme parks. We even did a segment on f***ing pizza.
So check and listen to us on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube. And check out our socials on Twitter and Instagram under Cretans Guild.
Welcome to the Guild.
Don't forget, Automan, you promised to take me to the Noiseland Video Arcade this weekend.
No can do, Bart dude. I gotta follow the Best Darn Diddly Review Show on tour. Diddly-diddly-diddly.
That's not how podcasts work.
Huh?
All you have to do to listen to the Best Darn Diddly Review Show is follow them anywhere you can listen to podcasts, or visit them at bestdarndiddly.com.
Whoa, you just totally blew my mind, man. I'll get right on that.
Otto, I think the bus engine's smoking.
Yeah, the engine.
Remember, if you don't follow the Best Darn Diddly Review Show, you can eat my shorts.
Food. Whoa, think I got the munchies.
This podcast is part of the SomeBuddies Network. You're never alone when you've got some buddies.